When you forgive someone, you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for yourself. It has nothing to do with them, it has everything to do with you. You're not gonna let them hurt you, intentionally or unintentionally, and then go on to not only leave you with the broken pieces for you to try to put together. If you don't forgive them, you're then gonna have to live with a broken heart, hold resentment and bitterness in your heart, and allow them or that person or the situation to also stop you from certain opportunities in your life because that has not been resolved and healed, and therefore it's creeping up in different parts of your life. So maybe it's a betrayal, there was a hurtful incident or something cut you really deep. But here's the thing about unresolved issues and feelings. It's almost like you're being chained to the feeling of bitterness. The idea of forgiveness is not about letting somebody off the hook. It's about being able to set yourself free from all these negative feelings so that you can find inner peace and joy again. So we're going to talk about the transformation of forgiveness so that you can be set free from your past. Let's first talk about the person that has hurt you. It can be a family member, it can be a relative, it can be a colleague or acquaintance, it can be a stranger. This could have happened face to face in real life, or it can have happened virtually even. And also there can be somebody who is in your life still currently, or it can be somebody that is in your past now. So let's talk about them for a moment. As strange as this might sound, the person who has hurt you may or may not have realized that they've hurt you. Now, there's a difference. There's people that are malicious or not good people who have proactively hurt you. There's those kind of people. And then there's also people that have hurt you by something that they've said. It could be even sometimes like a friend who has said something in passing, or you could have had like a fight with somebody and it's something hurtful that you would have experienced. I know it might sound super strange, but to think about the idea that they might have not even realized in some cases that what they've said or done has actually been really hurtful. Sometimes it's not intentional and sometimes it's not even personal, okay? So for example, let's say at work, somebody has, the way that they have carried out their work has affected you in a hurtful way, okay? Now, they might have been trying to maliciously bring you down, so to speak, or it might have been really about them wanting to shine and succeed, and they're all their insecurities so that they can get their way. And unfortunately, it has been at your expense, and it could have been at the expense of putting you down, trying to humiliate you, putting you in bad situations. So why should you forgive someone? And why do some people feel really reluctant to forgive? I think it has a lot to do with the fact that if you forgive them, it's almost like saying that their behavior and what they've done is okay. You're giving them a way out. And it's almost like you're saying what they did wasn't bad enough, that it's okay, don't worry about it, I'm all right, when really they really hurt you. Or they feel like they're being kind to the person that has hurt them, because it's like, no, I want them to know how much they've hurt me. I want them to live with that feeling of regret and whatever, that's my way to retaliate and give them a taste of what they've, like what I've lived through because of what they've done to me. Forgiving them is not about letting them loose. Forgiveness is not about excusing their behavior. It has a lot to do with being able to let go of that grudge and resentment that you're holding on to and that's brewing inside of you. Holding on to the anger and resentment can really drain your energy, and it can affect your future life in different aspects, which I'm going to explain in a minute. And also it can hinder your personal growth. By forgiving, you're actually reclaiming your power back. You have the choice of how you feel, you have the control, and you get to choose how you want to feel about life and how you want to feel about, certain experiences in your future. And you do not allow them to take one more moment from you in terms of hurt and energy and time and all of that. And the truth is, so much is intertwined with each other. Our brain is really weird. Like, it really is so weird. Like, let's say you were hurt from a previous relationship. Not only are you going to obviously walk away from all the hurt and all the things that you need to work through, but also it might affect you when you're entering new relationships, okay, let's say. But beyond that, it might also affect you in different aspects of your life that are not even related to relationships. So for example, it might affect you in, for example, succeeding in your career because of what you had experienced. You felt so hurt, you felt so broken, it really affected your confidence and your self-love and self-respect, that you then subconsciously are also you also feel like you are not worthy of succeeding or finding joy in in any aspect of your life, including, for example, your career. I don't know why that is. I really wish I had an answer. I really wish it wasn't that complicated, why it's so intertwined and it's so complex, but it is. And we will never always figure out how this one thing is affecting this other thing. But what we do know is that the more that we can resolve issues from the past, the more we're able to forgive, the more we're able to be tolerant and understanding and empathetic and setting boundaries, the more that we're able to cleanse these things and release ourselves from a lot of these things, so that we're able to be happier in our lives and not have all these challenges and barriers and obstacles that are affecting us in a lot of different aspects of our lives, whether it's relationship, career, everything, like commitment, I don't know, like different parts of our life. So let's talk about the complexity of forgiveness. Now, let's be very clear. I understand that certain situations are far more complex than others. So some people might have been hurt by a friend who said something that they felt very hurt by, but there might be other bigger situations of like betrayal or like a lot more maybe malicious and intentional hurt. So obviously each situation is going to be different, and the severity of the hurt and the wound is going to be different. And in some cases, it might require the person to also seek professional help from a therapist or counselor or get more support. And that's okay. And, you know, obviously some things might need more time, more support, more work. But I think the idea is accepting and recognizing that forgiveness will serve you good and is the way forward to really be able to reach a point of, you know, finding the inner peace. I promise you, I swear to you, from the bottom of my heart, there were certain situations in my past where it took me maybe even years to try to forgive some people. And I only knew the inner peace that you get when you do that, when you've arrived. You might be holding on, like very reluctant to forgive certain people in your life, and you feel like, you know, it's fine, I've cut them out of my life, I don't care, like, you know, what's in the past, I don't even want to address it, that's fine. But I do think that also what you don't know, and really arriving at the destination is so rewarding, and really is, again, it's all for you and you get to reap the benefits, and it's not really about them. So how do you forgive someone? Well, forgiveness is a process. It starts by obviously identifying your feelings and emotions and understanding the level of hurt. Maybe you can, if you feel comfortable, to trying to have some empathy towards the person who has hurt you. Try to get some sort of understanding and context into that. Maya Angelou once said that people who hurt are hurting themselves, something along the lines. And that is true. I think people that are say hurtful things obviously are hurting themselves. So this doesn't justify what they've done, but it does help you in really being able to release some of the resentment towards them. In the book, The 4 Agreements, I love the book. It's a very cute, small little book, which I actually have somewhere here. But this book right here, which I absolutely love, it's super cute. I think I've read it like 10 times. I'd love to read it one more time, over and over again. One of the 4 agreements is not to take anything personal. So even if someone has physically hurt you or whatever, not to take things personally. Make the conscious decision that you want to forgive them, even if it takes you years to get there, even if it means that it's so deep that you can't do it by yourself and you do need to seek professional help that will support you in the process. Obviously, everything, like there are exceptions to certain things, and you always need to go with what your doctor is recommending. But the idea here is to really make that decision for yourself that you want to forgive, and know in your heart that you're doing it because you want to reap the benefits of forgiveness. I think one way to really help you forgive is if you know that it's in your best interest to forgive someone and you want to let go of that hurt, then for you to love yourself more than you hate them. Time. Sometimes you need time, and sometimes you need additional, you know, external support to help guide you. One thing I've actually done before, which I found really beneficial, is that I've written out a letter to the people that have hurt me in the past and just laid it all out, like give it, dish it out, give it, like write everything, let it out, and then rip it out. When you're finished, rip it out, burn it, whatever, and just like, that really helped in the process of just kind of letting go and releasing. what's the benefit of learning to forgive? You become a pro, you become a master in all of it. What are the benefits of forgiveness? I know we've already spoken about letting go of all this like negative emotions, so that you're not holding that in, that's not bottling in. But also we've spoken about how it could affect your future, because sometimes it will affect you in that kind of aspect of your life, but it can also indirectly affect you in different aspects of your life unconsciously. Over and above that, one of the great things about learning how to forgive, and I've experienced this, I promise you I've experienced this to myself, is that when you then experience certain situations when you feel hurt, there's certain incidents that you've been hurt that were hurtful, what happens is that you start to have thicker skin. As hurt as you feel, you really start to pause and try not to take things personally. And I think that really helped me. It's like recognizing that, you know what, like hurt people. And that really then started to help me in like current incidents that I experience when I'm feeling hurt. So you learn how to heal from those faster. It doesn't mean that you don't get like affected by it and lose sleep over it and be really like disheartened by it, but it does mean that you do start to have thicker skin. You do start to like really become a bit more aware that it's not necessarily personal and that hurt people, and also you start to be able to overcome them faster. Like you're able to neutralize those resentful emotions faster. Like something that might take you years, maybe you're able to kind of overcome within a few months, right? So I think that's really like, for me, was like the biggest kind of benefit from learning to like forgive. Just like, yeah, like you want to be free of your past or like your experiences. You don't want something to hurt you today and you're still living in it and brewing in it for years to come. I mean, again, we're human, we're not perfect. It might happen, obviously, and it depends on the degree and the severity of the specific incident or the situation. But ultimately, you want to be able to get there faster, be able to not let it affect you. And I just want to say that there are some people, and I hear this a lot, like I would never be able to forgive them. And no judgment, honestly, like zero judgments. If you're not ready, if you don't want to, that's fine. I'm just simply saying that if you choose to forgive them, you're forgiving them for you, and that also only when you really arrive at that destination do you really find true inner peace. Because you can move on and move on from something that you experienced that was bad, but to really experience like joy, inner peace, and like being able to let it go, like it's so powerful. Like you reclaim your power back. Like no, I decide I'm not letting what happened with you affect me. No, like not one more second longer. No, enough. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Write in the comment section below if you do believe in the benefits of forgiveness and what you do to help you forgive others. I would love to hear about you. Again, from the ground, with my account, with my platform, I really want it to be like a community. I do believe that we all learn from each other. It is not a one-way conversation, and it's not a one person knows it all. We all need to help each other, lift each other, help each other grow, and share with each other what has worked for us. And lastly, if you like this video, I have also linked a 10-minute guided meditation for the feeling of hurt. This is just a tool for you to be able to help you through this. And also remember to practice gratitude, because even looking back at previous experiences of hurt, we can always look at things that we've learned and that have helped us. On my channel, you will find more self-development content, guided meditations and affirmations, and healthy, easy and quick plant-based recipes. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.